Namaste, yogis and yoginis. Welcome once again to Yoga with Vic from this beautiful Expo 2020 in Dubai. Beautiful background, very colorful. And today we're going to take care of this beautiful lower back that you might feel pain, discomfort, and very often is due to a tightness or a laxness. I mean, it could be both because, you know, we work with the muscles work opposite. So if we strengthen the quad, we stretch the hamstrings, and if we work the hamstrings, we stretch the quad because they're antagonist. Anyway, we're going to stretch today. We want to work on stretching. I'm going to upload soon another class on strengthening, but today we're going to work mainly on stretching all the muscles that could cause your back pain. So keep an eye on what's really bothering you. You might get to a point where you think, aha, this is it. So that's what you're not going to need to work. So let's test the waters and let's see what is it that is really bugging you and it's causing that lower back pain. So let's go to the top of the mat. Let's start by just, again, tapping into a breath. So let's start with half salutations, coming up, stretching up, inhaling very deeply, reaching up to the sky. You can put the hands together or not. A little bit of a back bend, and you think, oh, my back is hurting. Don't do the back bend, just do it to your own degree. Then from here we exhale all the air out. And we put the chest on the thighs. You don't need to stretch the hamstrings at the moment, not yet. Just let everything hang. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And if you feel I'm ready to straighten a little bit the legs, you can start with one and the other and slowly walk them. You can just do it again at your own degree, however feels good. From here we straighten the spine halfway, hands to the shins, flat back. Let's take a couple of breaths. Straighten the spine, feel that length of the column, all the vertebrae aligning from the cervical to the lumbar to the tailbone. From here we drop again towards the floor. You can bend the knees a little bit. And we take a big inhale and come up to the sky. Again, bending a little bit or not, depending on what your back allows you. And if you bend a little bit, just remember to engage the glutes to protect the lower back. Okay, and then to the center. And we are going to do this again. Engage. Glutes come up, reach out to the sky. Exhale, go down. You can bend the knees, straighten them, or however it feels good. Inhale. Chest out, exhale, fall down, inhale, come up to the sky, reach, 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 exhale, hands to the chest, inhale, come up, exhale, go down, and let's see what happens here, and stay here for a little while. Again, if you need to bend the knees, let's walk again, or bend the knees, and see what happens if we straighten one. Is it like, whoa, that is tight? Okay, then we have a little bit of a need here. Just test it. If you want to have your hands on the ankles, on the shins, just do what feels good. And then fall forward as much as you can. Just drop everything, drop the head, drop the arms. You can grab both shoulders, both elbows. Shoulders could work too, but not ideal. Breathe, let your spinal waterfall, give it a little bit more space. And then from here we come up. Inhale, and hands to chest. Let's go to the back of the mat. And let's do this again. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go down. And then from here we're going to walk a little bit the hands towards the front of the mat. And we're going to bring the right foot one step ahead. And you're thinking, oh my God, this is really a lot of a stretch. Okay, let's do this again. Let's bring the left also one step ahead. Stretch both the glute in the back and the hamstring on the left. How's it feeling? Okay, one more step to the front. Let's do this again. Oh, stretch the glutes, stretch the hamstrings. And one more step to the front. Ooh, wow, that is strong. Okay, then last one, both feet parallel, Hang everything, come up to the sky. Hello plane, whatever. Oh my goodness, it's very close by. And go down. Okay, let's turn around. Let's walk on that direction now. So we're going to bring now, standing, the right foot over the left, and then we're going to go down. And then here we're stretching again the hamstring, but also the IT band. It's always a good idea to stretch the IT band, especially if you're a runner or a hiker, if you just use a lot your legs. Okay, now we cross the left on top of the right and bring it to the right side of the mat. And then we do the same again with the right foot towards the left, opposite, crisscrossing. The left in front of the right, going towards the right side of the mat, walking towards the bottom or the back of the mat. And then again, the right over the left to the top. And the last step, left over right, and we get to the very end. Awesome. Okay, slowly come up, hands to shins, come up completely, and unravel the twist, and let's go towards the front again, looking towards the top of the mat. Awesome, fantastic. Let's go in the middle of the mat, and let's start with the right. Yeah, okay, you'll see me better, maybe. Let's start with grabbing the right foot from the outside. You might think this is already a lot because the stretch of the quadriceps is very intense. If you think, I can still do something, try to grab it with both hands, open the chest, open the shoulders, and bring the hips towards the front, stretching more and more the quadriceps. If you're not here, you're only with one hand, also bring the hip forward and feel the stretch at the same time that you bring the foot towards the chest, towards the glute, the bum, basically. Okay, release. And now bring the right leg to the chest. The ankle goes over the left knee. Now we're going to do some pigeon, standing pigeon to stretch the glute on the right side. So it's cross and then we go down, 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 stretching. And you think, yeah, I'm also working the left glute. Yes, you are. Okay, stretch, 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 go down, 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 down. Wah. Okay, beautiful. Come up, and let's do the other side. So we're going to bring the left towards the glute, grab it with the left hand. You can also use the right hand and bring it towards the glute, and hip forward, and stretch, stretch the quadriceps. And if you can't do it with both hands, just use one hand, and you can also lean on something if the balance is a bit tricky. And open, 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 stretch that quadriceps. Okay, bring the leg up to the chest. Bring the left ankle over the right knee, and slowly start going down like you're sitting in a chair. You can put both hands also on knee and ankle lightly. You don't have to lean on it. And then whenever you go down, you'll feel the stretch on the glutes, like, oh yes, I do. And if you don't, then that means that you're doing well. You've released a lot of the tension on your glute, which actually you tend to store anger and frustration. Okay, slowly come up. Awesome, let's go to the top of the mat with one step. From here we come up. Go down, hands on the floor, and the right leg comes to the back. Knee on the floor, untuck the toes. And let's come to this low lunge, which might already be plenty for you. You might be thinking, goodness, what is wrong with my hip flexor on the right side? Psoas, it is very tense, and it happens a lot. So come up if you can. Otherwise, stay here on the knee. You think, oh no, that's already too much. Otherwise, you can also lean here if it's too painful and too uncomfortable. This is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. And if you can, let's go right hand to the right side and let's bend towards the right. Take a couple of breaths. Come back to the center. Left goes to the left and go. Ooh. If you do have a problem with psoas, probably you're screaming right now. Take it easy. But that's probably the cause of your back pain. Okay, come back to the center. And then from here, we're going to stretch the quadriceps again. So we're going to bend the right knee, bring the foot here, and grab it with a hand. And if you don't reach with a hand, use a belt, a scarf, anything, and stretch the quadriceps. Whoo, this is also very intense. So you've got the quadriceps, you've got the psoas going on. There's so much going on here. Okay, release. And now we go with the hips to the back and stretch the leg ahead of us. Foot looking up, toes up to the sky, stretching the back of the thigh, the hamstrings. Oh, this is always nice. And if you, this is half split. If you're into more a full split, you can also do it. Oh my God, I just surprised myself. Normally I don't do full splits. But it doesn't, you can also use a block or something, you know, just to open, but it's not necessary. Half split is also a very good place to be. And the important thing is you bring the toes up to the sky, so you stretch the calves and the hamstrings. And from here we're going to go to a pigeon pose, so tuck the toes, heel toe your left foot towards the left, bring the knee back down, the heel can be close to your groin, stand up, tall, tall, tall. And that again might be plenty for you, but you can also go down a little bit. And on your elbows, or just go down all the way, forehead to the floor, and feel the stretch on the glute. Oh, and this is such a beautiful feeling. I'm not going to stay a long time today, but if you want to stay longer, if you think this is blissful, just stop the video right now and stay here for a couple of minutes. And it's always a great idea. But if you're ready, just come up, hands on the floor. We bring the left leg to the back, downward dog. Ah, this is so good. And then we bring the right leg up to the sky. We open the hip, open, 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 open. Oh, give yourself a big yawn, a big opening of the hip, which feels so, so good. And then from here, we bring the right leg to the top of the mat. And we're going to go to the other side. So left knee goes on the floor and tap the toes. If this is good and enough for you, stay here. Otherwise, you come up to the knee. Ooh, Soz, welcome. You're here. And if you think, I can do this, then we can back bend a little bit, putting the hands together or not. Stretching up to the sky, and you'll feel it all the way from the hip, all the way down, probably to the knee. And then from here, we're going to put the right hand to the right. And we come and bend. This is a bit more of a stretch. And then we go to the other side, the left side, left hand on the left side, and the right hand comes over the ear and the stretches. And come to the center. And let's do that tense and horrible quadricep stretch. Bend the left knee, right, grab it with the right hand and bring it towards you. Ha, hoo, ha. And see how it feels. And it probably feels like, ooh, I've done a lot of maybe exercise, running, hiking, or leg work at the gym, and I really needed a stretch. And then from here, we release, unless you want to leave it there for a while, which you're more welcome then doing it. And then half split, hips to the back, bring the toes up to the sky, hands framing the leg, and bring the hips towards the floor, stretching very much the calf, the hamstrings. And again, if you want to go forward to full split, well, kind of, but you want to put something underneath, cushion, block, whatever works. Flexibility takes time, guys. It's not something you build in a couple of days. It's very useful. It makes us more, older and wiser and healthier. So the body will become a lot better if it's flexible and pliable. So work it up, but slowly. Okay, from here we're going to bring the toes of the right leg, the right foot, heel, toe, towards the left. And bring the toes tucked and go to pigeon pose. And tuck the toes now, just to get into the pose. And then you can stay up to upright here. Or you can come down slowly. Put your hands, your elbows maybe on the floor. Or you can actually make yourself a little pillow and go down all the way. And then feel that beautiful stretch on the right glute now. And breathe. Breathe that beautiful oxygen into those muscles that need it most. To make sure you do have that pliability, that flexibility. The muscle has that life. It's good to strengthen the muscle, but you also have to stretch the muscle. And again, feel free to stay here or bring the hands to the floor, tuck the toes, bring the right leg up and open the hip and give yourself that beautiful yawn. Oh, that opening. Yes, awesome. From here, bring both feet down and let's go towards the floor. Knees on the floor, butt on the floor, bum on the floor, whatever it is. And then we're going to go towards bridge pose. So bring your back to the floor. This is nice and soft. Both heels towards the butt, towards the glutes. And then we're going to hip distance apart, and we're going to bring the hips up to the sky, pushing the glutes strongly, working on that back. This really strengthens all the back, but also stretches it. Glutes are very underrated. And as women, we can't work the glutes because we want to have a good bum, and guys forget. And it's not that you need a good bum. You do, actually. It is very appreciated by women. But basically, by the way, if you want to grab your hands and put your shoulders underneath, do so. Keep in the bridge. But glutes are necessary also because the hip flexor is actually the antagonist. And we need both straight, strengthened and stretched. So work both. And we forget because we sit down all the time. And so much sitting down is not really helping at all our muscle groups. Okay, release the shoulders if you have them. And very slowly, vertebra by vertebra, start putting them down again. Very, very slowly. Make sure you don't rush it. And there we go. Bring the knees up to the chest. And from here, we're going to go to Halasana. I've got space. Yes, I do. Anyway, I'm going to come forward a little bit. And then Halasana, we're going to bring the feet behind our head. And, there you go. And you can, if you don't reach, you can just stay here in the middle. You can bring the knees to the forehead. Whatever feels good. Great stretch for the back. And then if you're in full Halasana and your feet are resting on the floor, you can grab your hands together. If that feels good. And then from here, if you think Halasana is not my thing, but I rather do a shoulder stand, you can put your hands into your lower back and then bring the feet up to the sky. Engage the glutes, engage the core, and get as vertical as possible. But I'm going to go back to Halasana because I'm really enjoying that for my lower back. But you can stay also in shoulder stand. And when you're ready, release the hands to the side and very, very, very slowly and roll the spine, vertebra by vertebra, coming down. And when you get to the lumbar spine, grab your knees, give them a good hack. Oh, that feels good. Get them in 90 degrees. Open the arms to the sides and bring both legs to the side, to the right side, looking left with a mild twist, but I'm already cracking. That's good news. And when you feel, oh God, this is great, let's try the other side. We'll come to the center, using the side abdominals. And let's go left, looking right, giving the spine this beautiful twist. Yes. Beautiful. And from here, come to the center. Give yourself a big hug. Bring the forehead to the knees. Inhale. Inhale again. Grab as much as air as you can. And let it all go. Release the knees, release the legs. Hands up to the sky. Release everything. Relax. Shavasana. Let it all go. It was only stretch, but stretch can be also challenging. So give yourself a little reward, a little break. And think, what is it that was bugging me? Was it everything? Was it maybe the psoas? Maybe the quadriceps, hamstrings? We're all different. Maybe everything. So you need to stretch more often. You need to find the softness in the body. We have to be equally, strong with our bodies and also soft. Find that balance. And also, you have to work out. You have to work in. You have to do intensity, but you also have to do rest. And rest is as important, more important than the work. If you're ready, start wiggling toes and fingers. You can make yourself a little bowl and rock and roll yourself to the center. Or come up to the side. Bring your hands onto the chest. Bow the chin slightly. Being very grateful for, if you have a lower back pain, means that you've got a pack. That is already a lot. So be grateful for that. And it'll get fixed. So thank you so very much for being with me today. Always a pleasure and an honor. And I'll see you very shortly. Namaste.